Back when this was still just a dream, we started asking ourselves a simple question. What would it actually take in real numbers to travel full-time? So we did two things. First, we figured out the big picture and realized that yes, if we made some bold choices, it might actually be possible. And then we got practical. We tracked every dollar we spent for months so that we could understand what we really needed, not just what we guessed we needed. That gave us a realistic budget and led to a plan. And like riding along this path, it didn't happen all in one big leap. It was just small steps, month after month, all heading in the same direction. And here's the thing, you don't need $1 million in the bank to start moving toward your own freedom equation, but you do need intention. You do need to make a few compromises, and you can't wait for that perfect moment because it never really arrives. So let's sit down for a minute and we'll share how we actually put that 5-year plan into motion and what really made it possible for us and might just work for you too.
Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Jessie.
And we're free to wander now.
If you've ever looked at your house and thought, this doesn't fit me anymore, you're not alone.
We were an average earning couple who raised a family, bought a home, and kept it because that's what you do.
When the kids moved out, the house started to feel more like an anchor than a haven.
It cost time, it cost money, and it wasn't giving us the life we wanted anymore.
And then we had a health scare and we realized that someday isn't a date on the calendar, it's a choice.
So we made ours. We sold the house, downsized our stuff, and built a life around the things that mattered to us.
Right.
Travel, freedom, and time together.
That's what we call the freedom equation. And that's what this video is all about.
It's not magic, it's not luck, it's a plan.
And today we're going to share how we did it and how you might make your own version a reality. We had decided that we wanted to devote a lot more time to travel after we walked the Camino de Santiago. That was a turning point in our lives, and we decided that we had been working for many years since we were very young and raising our family, and we hadn't really devoted that much time to doing fun things together.
With the kids all grown up, the house kind of lost its purpose. We needed something to dive into that would be exciting for the both of us and set us on a new path.
Right, and then COVID happened, and during that time it really gave us some time to think. And we had already put our plan into motion. We decided to speed it up a few years. And so at the age of 55, we sold our home, pretty much everything in it, and left on a nomadic 2 years of travel to Europe and Mexico and throughout North America. We wanted to see more of Canada. We wanted to have time in nature because we had really been craving that, and you know, going on just weekend camping trips and short little jaunts wasn't enough for us anymore.
That just wasn't doing it for us. We needed to explore and travel, and we felt this was the time. We were in the adventure of travel and the hiking and just meeting new people and traveling to new places.
Yes, and changing our life. We had been living in the same house for about 25 years and going on vacation for about 2 weeks in the summer and the same maybe in the winter time. But you know, we really wanted something that was going to take a little bit longer, and that time on the Camino, I think really we saw other people who had been taking a month or 6 weeks or longer and doing these fabulous things that we really felt that we were missing out on.
We had wanted more adventure in our travel, and with that, we needed more time to do so.
And so that's where the freedom equation came in, because we decided that we could compromise. We may give up a few earning years, some of our highest earning years, and devote those years instead to enjoying a life of travel and adventure as we saw it. And so we really made that our priority. And
Absolutely.
we were able to arrange things so after selling our home, so that we were able to have those years. And now compromise comes into it, right?
We definitely had to compromise. And we chose travel in a way that would be affordable for us, and yet enjoy very much the journey we were always on.
Right. So initially, we wanted to see some cities that we had always longed to see. And so everybody, I guess, has their things that they wanted to do. Now, the places I wanted to go and we wanted to go were quite pricey. But there was a little bit of a sweet spot there,
Yes.
where prices were quite a bit lower than they are today. And things were just opening up again. We were able to get right out there and get some really great deals in places like Paris and Florence and Rome and Capri and the Amalfi Coast.
Yeah, Sardinia. So what brought this on, our decision to do more traveling together? We had a little bit of a health scare, so that really opened our eyes.
Yes, it was my health scare and it was breast cancer, but it was caught very early. We were very fortunate that way, and we really felt that we had another chance. During the pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela, we had a good time to talk and evaluate the next few years, and decided that we wanted to focus more on the time that we had rather than the money.
Right.
And yeah.
So we chose to make a 5-year plan to build up to our travels.
Right.
And so we began that journey of getting everything in order, the house in order, and doing repairs and some remodeling. And
Downsizing. We started to go through our stuff.
Was very important. We had to purge quite a bit with 25 to 30 years of accumulating all kinds of different things. And that went well between the two of us. And it was 5 years.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, so when you're making a big decision to go off and travel and leave your comfort zone, it can be quite scary.
When it comes to making a big decision, it may be scary, but I think for us what was even scarier was not doing it. We were very afraid that we were going to miss out on these years, you know, because we had known friends and neighbors who had gotten to where we were and then were short-circuited by a health issue or family
or a family
circumstance.
Loss. You know, when death comes into play, we don't want to be resentful of the decisions that we didn't follow through on. And Jessie and I, it didn't take us long to realize that how important, we had to realize how important it was for the two of us to do this journey.
We have discovered over the last few years that life has shown us over and over again that we have made the right decision, and that someday is not a date on the calendar, and it's something that you must come to terms with in your own time.
And most of all, talking it out with your partner and hearing each other out in the decisions you're making.
Right.
So we had some choices and compromises.
We decided that for us, we wanted to explore more of Mexico and We thought it would be great if we could have a little base down there. And so we did get a little condo in Mexico. But here's the thing, we couldn't afford to do everything. And so our condo is a lovely condo, but it's not oceanfront. It doesn't have a terrace overlooking the sea, and it is not very, very fancy. But it is perfect for us, and it happened to be there when we were looking, and it seemed to be the perfect fit for us.
Yeah, it was definitely the right choice for us, and we definitely love where we are.
Right.
And we're a short distance from the ocean, and
we can see it.
Definitely can see it.
A compromise is important because we really wanted to pursue this life of travel, and of course you can't do everything. We can't travel to Europe and around the world and buy a condo and buy a camper van, and so we did have to make some sacrifices. And so our camper van, for instance, is not the newest model.
Yeah, so we bought a 1994 road truck that was in immaculate condition.
Right.
And we furthered the condition of the van by doing some modifications, renovations to it, and spruced it up, and it's just a magical little van now.
We had to leave our comfort zone a little bit. We do put in some house sitting from time to time into our repertoire, and that was a completely new thing for us, but it was something that we had heard others doing, and we wanted to give it a try. We're so glad we did, but it was really very much outside our comfort zone in the beginning.
Well, I think it was more outside of Jessie's
maybe outside my comfort zone more in the beginning
than mine, and we love it. And every house sit we have done has been a pleasure. So I'm semi-retired, and really we're just enjoying our traveling experiences right now.
We work in projects around our travel rather than working travel around our work projects.
If this is sparking ideas for you,
make sure to subscribe and join us on our travels.
We share the good, the challenges, and everything in between. So you can see what full-time travel really looks like in your 50s.
And who knows, you might just find your own freedom equation. Some of the life strategies that we looked into while we were planning our getaway were the stages of the retirement years. And we discovered that there are kind of three main times of life in your retirement years, your senior years. And the first years, they're your go-go years, right? Where we are hiking, we are biking, we are doing all of the things, and we did a lot of fast travel, so great, and that's wonderful.
Planes, trains, automobiles, in and out of everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we're still in those years
we
for
are
sure.
Still, yes.
But then I think that we'll hit our slow go years, where we might do some slow travel and go here and there in with a slower pace, and perhaps not nomadically. We don't know what that looks like, but we do know that it's a different phase of it. And then I really think that after your 80s, health insurance changes make it difficult for you to travel really far.
You definitely need to slow down.
And at that time, they call them the no-go years. It might be the we don't go often years, but they're called the no-go years. And I think in that case, we might want to just stay closer to home.
Yeah, and just have a moderate pace and enjoy the things closer to home.
Right. We, knowing this, has, kind of helped us make our decisions in what we're going to be doing for the next couple of years, what sort of a pace we're going to have, what kind of what kind of things do we want to accomplish in the next few years. When we're planning things out, we often break it down into what do we need to have. So what kind of responsibilities do we have to look after?
Or we want to take responsibility for.
Right. And so, of course, you have to take those into account first, and then we get into the wants. So what do we want to do in the next few years? Is it something that we want to visit certain family or have certain experiences? What kind of things do we want to enrich our lives in the next few years?
In the beginning, we had some luxurious travel. But also we balanced it out with some simple travel as well.
Right.
And we didn't need all the perks and splurge. We actually had more fun with the easy travel. And we were able to explore more and dive into some very interesting and places that normally people wouldn't travel.
Yes, and that was definitely something that we wanted to focus on. Was we wanted to see the big cities that we've always wanted to go to, and we did that. But we also wanted to see some out of the way places that were maybe not really on our bucket list or on our horizon, but we discovered them along the way, and I think that was some of the most fun we had.
Yeah, some of those travels were some of the most epic travels for us, and the more personal experiences we had with people on our journey in these beautiful little locations.
And I think as we have gotten along on our travels, we've actually focused more and more on less luxurious travel because we find it's more fun. We have a great time in a more relaxed way, and maybe our focus changed a little bit from a lot of the big places in the world. We did get to see them, and it was wonderful. And now we're sort of focusing on some smaller, more out of the way places and the experience of different journeys.
Yeah, that we've started to do in the last year, taking ourselves to just little locations that we always wanted to go to. And so that's been quite exciting. So now it's been 4 years since we've been living this dream.
Right. And we started with the math of what matters. So the timing of our travels and how to do things, how to work it in to our family and to our life.
Your version will be different, but it is possible.
Coming up, we're going to be having a few more videos about how we got here and give you some ideas on what you might want to take into consideration if you're thinking about doing some journeys on your own.
And maybe we'll give you some ideas on how you can make it work.
Yes. So thank you very much for watching, and please give us a thumbs up.
Thank you. We never imagined that selling our home and simplifying our life would lead us here, watching the sunset over a quiet lake after 4 years of full-time travel. But this is what happens when you follow a plan with intention. Your version of the freedom equation might look completely different. A year in a tiny house, a season abroad, more time with the people you love. Whatever it is, it's not about having everything figured out. It's about starting in the direction of the life you actually want. Because one day becomes 1 year, and before you know it, you're living a life that used to feel impossible.